Controlé.
Dat is niet... Hallo? Dat is een gecontroleerde explosie.
Hey.
Controleerd? Zeker.
Controlé.
Dat is niet... Hallo? Dat is een gecontroleerde explosie.
Hey.
Controleerd? Zeker.
Controlé.
Dat is niet... Hallo?
He was from Canada. He said, I was asleep in the airport. I just heard the explosion and just realized what happened. And people just told me, go away, stay away immediately. We have spoken some other eyewitnesses. They saw actually the body parts and the bloods everywhere, glasses everywhere. And third floor actually totally collapsed because the suicide bomber just enter the airport through the departure gate, and there is no X-ray or any police crossing point at that level. Immediately he just blasted himself. After that, police through this, after the second explosion, police made a search at the area and they found a Kalashnikov and another bomb which hadn't been exploded yet. So still police investigation continues here and people group by group are being evacuated from the airport. Actually, still in the Brussels, around the city, people still cannot believe what's happening because just 4 days ago, when Prime Minister Charles Michel, along with French President François Hollande, came before the camera to announce they have arrested Salih Abdeslam, who was the mastermind of the Paris attacks, have been seized. They were quite happy and they were just kind of announcing a victory in the counterterrorism, and they just promised they will continue in the next weeks, months, especially not in just Brussels and France, maybe in other European cities as well. However, They were just got struck back in the heart of Brussels right now. The Zaventem airport, which has been expected one of the most safe areas in the city, but right now we can see they just got two explosions which totally distracted the terminal, which is for departures. All flights have been suspended, both arrivals and departures, and all train services have been halted, not just to airport, also the Eurostar, which is connecting Brussels to other European capitals, also suspended, cancelled all services, and people are just waiting for next statements, because right now up to 26 people have been killed and dozens of injured, but we know some of them heavily injured, and maybe in the coming hours the casualty number could be rise. And during the Paris attack, actually Belgium has been expected maybe something similar could happen here as well, and this is why even military personnel started coming duty in key points, including foreign missions and central areas like train stations, airports as well. However, although all security measures over the last 4 months, we can see today what happened. What they are feared is happened right now here today.
Absolutely, Dondu. We thank you very much for some of those details. I wonder if we can just go back to what you said at the very beginning of your live information to us, that there were one suicide bomber who detonated his explosive and perhaps destroyed a floor, a third floor, one of the floors within the airport. Do you know from the security forces you've spoken to there whether it was one suicide attacker, whether there were two bombers? We are reporting there were two explosions. I'm trying to distinguish whether there was one bomber, two explosions, or two people there.
Yeah, actually you are quite right. We heard one suicide bomber, but maybe he planted the other bomb because before even he blasted himself, he opened fire around him, and some people wounded and died during this fire. So we haven't heard whether there will be another bomber or just one bomber, but up to now all police information came just one suicide bomber blasted himself at the departure area.
Okay, well, Dondu Sarashik there from our sister channel TRT Harbour. We thank you very much for joining us from Brussels.